Well, over the beta trial weekend, I recorded probably about 100 gigabytes worth of footage of PvE play, missions, character generation, and the PvP Dark Zone. And being a complete moron, I didn't record any sound, or at least Fraps didn't record the correct sound card. I've got two sound cards. Game sound was on one, and the other one should have been disabled, but Fraps decided to record that one. So after the game weekend was over, the beta, I went back and reviewed all the footage and found, like a moron, there was absolutely no sound. So apologies for that. But this is just some thoughts and some gameplay footage. Obviously you're a member of The Division. New York, or probably America, has been decimated by some kind of flu. The remnants of New York are basically just gangs, rogue agents, and sick people, and you've been sent in to try and reclaim the city as part of this elite, The Division, helping the government. Wandering around New York is great. It's the graphics are fantastic. You get a lot of dead people, civilians, weather effects. It's a cover-based shooter, so the idea is that you can either do missions or you can take out roaming gangs or roaming opponents in the PvE main area, and you get XP and you can pick up items from dropped enemies. You move from cover to cover. You can go up levels, you can go onto roofs, and you can help civilians. If you help a civilian, you lose one item out of your inventory, whether it's a first aid kit or some water or some food, and in return they give you something, which is probably just an item of clothing, and it allows you to customize your character a little bit. Like I said, it's multi-level, mostly on a flat plane, but you do occasionally find areas where you can rappel and climb up. Gives you a bit of sight advantage. But the main draw, I think, apart from the mission-based PvE character leveling, is this Dark Zone entrance. Now, the Dark Zone is a contained area of New York where the authorities have just decided to basically give up. It's highly contaminated. There's much tougher gangs, much tougher opponents, and in return you get much better equipment drops. The only thing is the Dark Zone is a proper PvP zone. The idea being that you're supposed to group up, move around a squad, cover each other, and fight other agents or other rogue agents, or group up to take up tougher groups of opponents, AI opponents. It's not a first-person shooter game. It is a strategic, cover-based RPG. The engine seems to be very similar to Ghost Recon that I can see. The idea being that you fire around cover, move from cover to cover, flank your opponents, move with other members of your team to keep people suppressed while they move around to give 90-degree fire and so on. When you're solo playing it, it can be a little tougher when you encounter large groups or you don't have the right amount of firepower, I should say. Haven't quite figured out the grenade throwing mechanics yet, but the AI has. So as you can see, when they know they're about to throw something at you, it lights up in red and you can relocate. You can also send out pings to identify whereabouts enemy are, and they stay highlighted for maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds, as long as you're engaged. You can see where they are. When you kill them, they drop equipment. You see there another player, and you can pick up some equipment from dead opponents. You can see there I was shot. Now the guy's actually goading me into turning rogue. When you shoot an agent 4 or 5 times, you go rogue, and that means that you're allowed to be shot by other players. If you instigate the engagement, then you turn rogue. Now I've just called for what we call an extraction. An extraction is where any equipment that you gather within the contaminated dark zone you have to send out by helicopter. That's the only way to get it back into the normal PvE area. However, when you call in a helicopter in order to extract your equipment, it brings other agents to you. They know there's an equipment extraction going on, and basically they jump you. And before you can get your equipment away, they shoot you, they ambush you. And the idea being that as a solo player, it's going to be tough to do this. You're supposed to team up, have somebody covering your back. Here, there's a guy who's extracting some kit. I'm no threat to him. I'm just filming this for YouTube. Another player sees the helicopter. They come in to extract some kit as well. And the original guy decides, oh, I want that kit. Kills him. Has him lying on the ground. I go over to film. I was actually going to resurrect him, but I decided to film. And here, again, I'm not attacking anyone, but the other guy decides to shoot me and to see what he can get off me. So this is dangerous. PvP is dangerous. Be part of a group. But the Division so far seems promising.